Howdy partners, this is IceNC. Remember how it said or I'll hate you for it, bringing you another 1 versus 1 Dawn of War 2 Retribution ranked commentary. And again, starting this video a little bit early before we actually find a match, got a couple of announcements. I recently got a message from one of my subscribers, and if you have been paying attention to the videos in the comments, username is Born Brother or Born Brothers. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, dude. But he recently messaged me or left a comment. I think it was through a comment, and then afterwards he started messaging me to my inbox directly, saying that he has officially won his first ranked 1 versus 1 match, and it was using a Space Marine Apothecary against the Orcs. And he's been watching my videos very diligently, trying to learn and get a hook on the game. Just recently picked it up, and I have got to say I am absolutely proud of you. Well done, man. So I'm going to be playing a 1 versus 1 using the Apothecary. I absolutely hate using him, and I think he is an incredibly underpowered hero. That is to say that he is not necessarily a bad hero. It's just that the other two heroes are a bit better of a choice. From what I do hear, that in the Elite mod, he has gotten an incredible buff, and that I should never indeed downplay the healing power. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this game. This is going to be Ultimate Carnage, the Tyranid player that we played before, and I've got a couple of ideas for him. Going to get our standard Tactical Marine squad out. Not going to go for the double scouts. I feel like that is a really bad synergy with the Apothecary, being that he is both not nearly as tanky or damage inducing, but his ability to heal much better spent in a unit that has a lot of health and a lot of armor to support it. We serve the chapter, and it is again late at night. I am doing this directly after the last video, and I guess it just popped into my head. I mean, I had the message from Born Brother from a little while ago, and I'm surprised I really didn't do anything sooner. Kind of disappointed in myself. But this game is for you, man, and everybody leave a comment below if you feel like it. I'm not going to force you to or say that I hate you if you don't. Congratulate him on his first victory ever in a 1 versus 1 match. And that is, I mean, that is just absolutely wonderful to hear. So, from what I've heard, the one of the better weapons or items to use on the Apothecary is the Sanguine Sword, and being that I am a fanatic for the Blood Angels, that just tickles me because it is named after me. I'm kidding, it is named after Sanguinius, who is awesome nonetheless. And our scouts are going to get forced off, which is fine. And his Hive Tyrant is going to engage my Apothecary, a very poor choice, popping the heal, about to get our awesome Sanguine Sword out so we can start regenerating health every time we hit this Hive Tyrant, giving us better staying power in this match, and eventually shoving him off and gaining that crucial map control that we desperately need. And yeah, you can see right here, it's just not really panning out for him. Oh, no, 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 no. E! Heal! Heal, stupid! Heal! There we go. Oh my god, I was like sweating bullets there for a moment. And by a moment, I mean like, geez, that felt like forever. Someone time me. How long was I freaking out about that? So you can see over here, even though he got forced back, making good use of the Hormagaunts that he had behind my lines, not the lines. And yeah, right now just holding on, and if we need to, we will definitely go ahead and get into tier 2. I mean, like, if we need to purchase additional units, I certainly hope that is not the case. You're retreating a bit prematurely. I don't think he realized that it really wasn't much that I was going to back this up with after that shotgun blast. Could have done some more damage. But all in all, I guess, you know, better safe than sorry. Not a bad idea that he went ahead and retreated as early as he did. Going to pop a heal off on my apothecary, and not going to be able to get into range with those guys, especially with that hive tyrant there. Not going to be worth it in the least. Going to bleed a couple of models off those termagants, making it worth at least being there for the moment. And yeah, you can see now he's going to have a flood of units. Again, I feel like, you know, perhaps he's just going a little too massy, like he's overreacting, and instead of trying to find a strategy to prolong this game and hopefully get enough of the more useful units, he's trying to just beat me out in numbers, which in Tyranid fluff is the proper way to do it. But in this game, the absolutely wrong way of going about it. And so we are going to react with our Assault Marines. The Assault Marines getting excellent synergy with the Apothecary, him able to just heal up those units. They are very tough. 1200 HP, much more over the Tactical Marines. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that the Assault Marines do have a little bit more armor. I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on that. But yeah, you can see right now he's not wanting to engage me directly, and I can't say I really blame him. And right now I feel like I could maybe go harass around here, but I'm terrified of that quick movement of his, and I really don't want him to gen bash me and then just me be catching up the whole game. And that will happen. Tyranids do not require a lot of power for their units. They do require a moderate amount, but not nearly as much as me or the Imperial Guard do. And always a good idea when you're playing against like orcs or Tyranids. It is, I advise you to the utmost to use shotguns for your scouts. You will not be sorry. I'm not I cannot stress that enough. The scout shotguns do so much more damage. You lose range. You will lose range. But you will also have the ability to knock back units like those Hormagaunts and just be a pest like that. But yeah, you can see that the heal, absolutely a good thing, especially when those Hormagaunts decided to engage me in melee. Assault Marines are very, very slow, very large models, and yeah, here he's just going back to that same routine where he is choosing to go for the Tyrant Guard. And again, I mean, it is a good unit. It is just not good unit in this situation. Just a bad idea altogether. And I feel like he's going to try the same maneuver that he did before, and I just can't, I just don't feel like that's a good idea. And let's see, health regeneration grants the advanced healing ability. Let's go for improved medical equipment and the combat stims here in a minute. Right now we need to conserve our power for these plasma guns that are going to be absolutely required in this upcoming engagement. it I'm sorry, I was just listening to my scouts and they were like, "What is that beast?" And for some reason, just the way Space Marines talk sometimes, it just makes me giggle. Yep, and you can see right now he has the Tyrant Guard, of course, masses coming out. And again, I don't agree with this. He might have more success with it because he can tie me up in melee a bit better than he could before. Popping heals. And, yep, our Apothecary is like, I don't even care. I am a healing melee boss. And he is right. Oh no, his Tyrant Guard just eating me. My scouts, not me. I'm not a scout. I am much cooler. Those scouts are pretty cool, regardless. Oof, boy. And those Tyrant Guard just being absolutely annoying. But we're going to work around that. And, you know what? It is time for a Dreadnought. Generally, I frown upon the idea of needing a Dreadnought, generally at all times. And sometimes I feel like every time I use a Dreadnought, I'm just being a cheese master. But it is, at this point, actually imperative that I get a Dreadnought. Something to stand out in front of my Marines, beat the living snot out of them. Not my Marines, the Tyrant Guard, of course. And I don't know what the hell that was, but it was very loud, and it sounded like something was crunching. So, hopefully, hopefully that is nothing too horrible. And we're getting the combat stimulants, something we can use really well with our Assault Marines. Again, the Apothecary getting wonderful synergy with Assault Marines. That increased health, dat armor, and the fact that melee, committed melee is something that Space Marines have always kind of had an issue with. So, but drains energies from enemies when it strikes. Nope, I will keep my Sanguine Sword. Thank you, sir. And just because we do not have our Dreadnought out on the field yet does not mean that we cannot be a pest and do damage where we can. And never a good idea to stay idle, especially if you know that your opponent has this that kind of a lead on you. What foul beast? I will tell you what it is. It is a Tyrant Guard, and that guy is massing them like no tomorrow. We do have enough power, almost enough power, to pop Angels of Death. And if you are not familiar with that ability, it does give me like a certain amount of invulnerability for X amount of time. I'm not exactly sure. And you can see that after purchasing the Dreadnought, I immediately purchased the Scouts, needing something or someone to repair the Dreadnought should he take damage. And you can guarantee that I will be taking damage in this upcoming engagement. I am content to leave it as is in the neutral because I am not losing points. However, I would like to make him start losing points. Not much I am going to complain about, though. You can see the Dreadnought coming out onto the field. His unit's going, well, crap. And, yeah, we're going to pop combat stims on our Assault Marines. And just look at them go with that damage. Dreadnought also being wonderful in dealing the damage that they're supposed to. Our Scouts derping once more, running into melee with those Tyrant Guard. Not a good idea in the least. But they're going to be here now to repair, and again, he just did not choose wisely when he went for his tech path. He could have gone for Zoanthropes. That is a wonderful counter versus Space Marines. Space Marines having that big bulky armor and that Zoanthrope just blast thing, whatever the hell, not giving not giving a crap about their armor. And Space Marines do fall fairly hard against that. Not fail, fall. Did I say fail? I do not remember. But yeah, going ahead, getting a second Dreadnought out because there is nothing a Dreadnought cannot deal with as far as Tyranids go. And soon would be a prudent time to be getting the Sergeant upgrade, giving those Space Marines a very potent melee attachment, an additional model with which to shoot. It is a bolt pistol, so do not get too giddy about it. I wish I could equip them a little bit better, maybe, you know. But I'm not really going to complain when I've got it this good. And you can see that Sanguine Sword, not really bad at all. It's very good power melee, and it is something that you can use all game long, not something, you know, you ever feel like, you know, this might be a point sink because I may need to change this out later. But I will give it to him this, even though it does look absolutely bleak for him, he is staying in this game, trying to make something happen. And that is a good way to learn this game, is by, you know, just sticking in there, no matter what, you know. I mean, I know it's very tempting to be like, well, I'm losing. What could I possibly learn from this? There's a lot you can learn. There's a lot. So stick around. I mean, even if your opponent is like, man, just go ahead and quit. You're wasting my time. And you will meet those people. You will. They are those guys that you just never want to see because you want to choke them. But yep, our Dreadnoughts. I am trying to find my other. There we go. There you are. Very sneaky Marines. I have never seen this before. You guys are the top of the line. I salute you. And yeah, he's got his Swarm Lord out, a Desperation Swarm Lord, no doubt. But as you have seen in my videos before, the Swarm Lord, while being an absolutely wonderful unit to have, does not fare very well on his own. Ouch. Getting a wonderful something of blades. I'm not sure on the name. But yep, using that healing ability for the Apothecary, giving these guys incredible staying power, but not enough to keep them there permanently. And you can see that he's having a very, very hard time dealing with this. And why are you not targeting that guy? You should be. There you go. Going to lose a Dreadnought, but at the cost of the what's it called? I'm sorry, the Tyrant Guard. So while not necessarily a fair trade, I feel like I have done enough damage to him to warrant feeling comfortable. Those Termagants doing a wonderful job, actually, of coming around and trying to finish off those Assault Marines. I don't know if he intended to do that. I don't think so. Spanking those. Oh god, he's bringing out another one. Alright guys, get ready. And we're going to focus down. And we should have our scouts up here. We should, but we don't. That's a bummer. He is using Leech Life on my units. And a bit of a mistake on my part to not keep them at their combat variant. I'm really kicking myself for that now, but you know what? Not much I can say about that now. All we can do is to dance around the Swarm Lord. Its amount of armor and chitin, just, oh my god, so hard to break through. Even though it is considered a monstrosity, I thought its armor was considered different. Oh well, you know. Using the combat stem on our own apothecary, he's like, rah, 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 I'm gonna eat you, Tyranids. I eat Tyranids because I'm an apothecary and I'm crazy like that. And if he's not careful, yep, going to lose that squad. Not good for him, and in the least. But yeah, you can see getting good use out of our combat stems, getting good use out of a lot of our abilities, to be honest. And let's see if, do you do sufficient damage? You do enough damage to warrant attacking him. I mean, you tie up fairly well and do actually pretty good damage. Not enough for me to want to keep you there for a very long time, but enough so I can say that you are not garbage in that respect. I mean, compared to a lot of other heroes, it could be a lot more powerful, and to be honest, sometimes it feels like you should probably just use the other heroes. You know, like the Force Commander's Battle Cry, pretty much doing like the same thing for like a whole bunch of units around him that the combat stems are doing for one squad. And the healing, while is very good, very nice to have, not really necessary. I mean, like, if you pick and choose your engagements very well as Space Marine, you should be fine. Though, in that respect, right, you know, in that match, you could see that we got a couple of very critical good uses out of him when he used like the blade, flurry of blades, and just beat the crap out of my assault marines. You know, he was there to keep them from falling and giving them those combat stems so they could do additional damage versus those Tyrant Guard. But again, another very good showcase of why you should be very careful about the units that you pick and choose. Those Tyrant Guard not paying off for him at all. I mean, there, whenever he engaged me with the Swarm Lord with the Tyrant Guard, much better engagement for him. The Swarm Lord giving him the additional speed, and you know, also being able to support there with its bulky body, able to absorb a lot of damage, making it a much better engagement for him. Maybe he should have pulled back and held, definitely held back until he got the Swarm Lord, but at that point he was so far behind in points, I think he was scared that I was going to point cap him. And if he was going to go for that many Tyrant Guards and a Swarm Lord, you bet your rear end I would have. That is not something that I would ever engage without like 3 Dreadnoughts and a buttload of support behind them. But yeah, overall, again, making sure that you handle your unit selections properly, your upgrades, and everything like that being absolutely key. Again, congratulations to Born Brother for your first victory, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you maybe a little bit more insight to the Apothecary. If that is the hero that you so choose to use from here on out, I'm absolutely fine with that. Maybe there's something you can do with him that I do not quite realize because, you know, I'm not perfect. Yeah, looking forward to hearing more about your accomplishments, and also, you know, I mean, if you like the video, guys, leave a like. If you'd like to leave a comment, you know, maybe about something that you disagree with, and I'll be open to share, you know, and discussion about this. And I think I have a couple of times already. But I'd be open for a discussion. Like if you're wondering why I did this and not this, ask me. You know, if that is something I did not make apparent, which happens quite a bit. You know, if you would like to maybe even talk to me about your games or something. I've been thinking about it. I would, you know, I would be open to people sending me their replays and, you know, maybe like them asking me like, hey, I'm having an issue with this. Here's a replay of it. Can you maybe make a video of it, review it, and explain to me and other viewers maybe how I could have handled this situation better, or maybe how, you know, I think I already answered that. Well, how you could have handled the situation better, period, or what you could have done. And I don't know when I would start doing those. But if you do really want to do that and everything, go ahead and I will put my Yahoo email account down below in the what's it called, the description. So if you'd like to email me your replay because you have a really big question, or you would like me to just review your game in general and show how awesome you are to everyone, and you feel like there's something to learn from that video, then go ahead and send it to me. I will again be posting that down below. I'm sorry I'm rambling, guys. It's late at night. I do this all the time. But yeah, and also if you love the videos, then go ahead and subscribe. There will be plenty more videos to come. I would absolutely love to have another subscriber. I get very excited every time I get a new subscriber. It's like I wake up in the morning and somebody gave me like the best hug ever, and I'm like, sweet. So but yeah, I guess that's, you know, pretty much it. This is Ice and Sea. Remember how it's said, or I'll hate you for it. Bringing you the end of this video. I totally did not mess that up. And I will catch you partners later.